From William Estevao to Kendry Paez, Chelsea have signed another Wonderkid in the name of Geovany Quenda. So in this video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about Geovany Quenda, his style of play, his strengths, weaknesses, and his current statistics at Sporting. But I want to begin by profiling Quenda. Well, he's a 17-year-old. He was born in 2007. He stands at 5'8", and because of his natural talent, he was playing under 23 football at the age of 16. Quenda became the youngest ever player to play for Sporting's reserve team when he started a Liga 3 game against Amora at the age of 16. Now, there's a lot of questions surrounding Quenda's position, so I want to make it quite clear. I've seen a lot of people call him a left back or a right back. He's not a defender. He's not a natural defender. In fact, growing through the youth ranks, he played all of these games, bar 2 games, as a right winger, right of a front three. But since coming into Sporting's first team and since Ruben Amorim's arrived, Quenda showcased his versatility and he's been used as a right wing back. Now, there's 4 categories you look at when you're scouting a player. So we're going to look at those categories right now, and they are mentally, physically, technically, and tactically. As you can see, Quenda's very well balanced on all of them. There is some slight improvements, but those numbers that he's putting out at the age of 17 is quite remarkable. And if we briefly just go through them, on the mental side, you can see his charisma, personality stands out on the pitch. On the physical side, it's about his pace, change of direction, and his agility. On his technical side, it's all about his dribbling, his fairness, his orientated ball control. And on the tactical side of things, it's all about attacking space, being effective in transition moments. Now, before we get on to his technical side of the game, I want to speak about his mental side of the game, because this is one of the things that stand out to me massively. Arguably, one of his biggest strengths is his maturity and football IQ. It's not often that you see a proficient dribbler that's 17 years old with such maturity, and this is noticeable not only in possession, but he demonstrates this off the ball as well. Intelligent movement, his ability to find space in tight areas, but he's also alert to his defensive contributions. Despite his age, Quenda displays a strong mental resilience. He showcases great determination and focus during matches. He's not easily phased. He maintains his composure, but the only thing he does need to improve is his decision making. Just to highlight his maturity and his professionalism, he turned down an opportunity to go on holiday so he could stay and work on extra strengthening conditioning work that set him up for his breakthrough season, and boy did he break through. And when I'm talking about breaking through, he was putting through outrageous numbers. Here he is ranked up against all the under-21s in Europe's top 7 leagues for fullback. I know he wasn't a conventional fullback and he was more playing as a wing-back under Amorim, but these numbers are seriously outrageous. First in touches inside the box, first for successful dribbles, first for deep completions, first for passes into the penalty area, first for progressive action rate. He's ranking in the top 1 or 2 for all the best attributes you want in a young winger. Now, from the mental side of the game, his maturity leads him to be tactically versatile. He's played out on the left, he's played out on the right where he's most comfortable, but he's also played as a wing back in different formations and systems under Amorim. He thrives in a system that allows him freedom to roam across the attacking third. Quenda has played an important role in counter-attacking, being brilliant in transitions through his movement and his off-ball contributions. What I like about Quenda, he's really versatile in everything he does. He can use his pace to attack the space in behind, but he can also drop deep to bait the defender to come with him in order to create space in behind for a teammate. In terms of his positioning on the pitch, when he plays as a right winger, Quenda's a touchline winger. He likes to receive out wide because this gives him the license to go down the touchline or come inside onto his favoured left foot, but it also allows him to fix and isolate opponents to the spot, and this is where he becomes a demon in his one-on-one dribbling. So what I'm trying to say is Quenda provides a major threat in attacking situations. Brilliant on the counter-attack, he's got speed, pace, acceleration, and his ability to modulate his speed is phenomenal. So he's got that ability where he can receive the ball in pockets of space, but he consistently positions himself in dangerous areas and makes incisive runs in behind. But where Quenda does his best work is in possession. He's a right winger whose technical ability, ball control, and boldness in possession have helped him stand out in what is an already esteemed team. All these attributes make him a handful in a variety of attacking situations. Quenda is a one-on-one dribbling demon, It's easy to run out of compliments when you're watching him with the ball. If you defend against him, he'll pull you into a challenge before quickly outwitting you with a change of direction or with a feint. He's got a wonderful blend of technical prowess and creative flair. What I really like about him is his relationship with the ball. He's got quick feet, good manipulation in tight spaces, and he's incredibly dangerous in one-on-one situations. Quenda's not one-dimensional either. His ball control, his manipulation, his ability to modulate his speed enables him to move inside and outside of players, making him incredibly unpredictable to defend against. So he can take a touch to go either way of players. So what I'm trying to say is Quenda's a two-way dribbler. He loves to pull wide, isolate his fullback in one-on-one situations, and then uses skills and stop and start movements to beat his opposition. His technique and speed help him excel in many different dribbles. He can carry the ball quickly in open spaces, but he also keeps the ball extremely well in tight situations. When looking at statistics, it's really important to remember the disparity in leagues. When he comes into the Premier League, it's going to be a lot more difficult for him to produce these statistics, but this gives you an idea of what type of player he is. As you can see, there's not many touches. That means every time he gets the opportunity, he looks to maximize the opportunity by driving towards his opponent, by driving into the penalty area. He's not one that'll dwell on the ball and just recycle possession for the sake of it. He looks to take on his opponent, and that's why he ranks highly for takes on and high take on percentage. But the one statistics that stands out to me is his missed controls. He's sitting in the top 1 percentile for missed controls. That just goes to show that he's got an excellent first touch and he's got the ability to evade any pressure on a single touch. And I mentioned before that he likes to start high and wide. His positioning is very next to the touchline where he likes to receive the ball. That's why his progressive passive receives is quite high. He's averaging 5.49 per game. But even these statistics highlight what type of player he is. He's dynamic, he's aggressive, he looks to take on his man, he wants to drive towards the goal. So Quenda does his best work when he's got the ball at his feet and he's facing goal. Quenda's quick feet and elite agility allows him to avoid challenges and accelerate away with devastating pace, making him difficult to track. Quenda's always that dynamic presence on the right flank. He's always demonstrating progressive carries, looking to take on his opponent. At just 17 years old, the Portuguese wingback for now has solidified his reputation through an impressive blend of defensive and offensive contributions, although his game heavily relies on offensive contributions. Quenda's standout attribute is his one-on-one ability and his final third threat. He ranks really highly amongst Europe's elite, which underlies his technical ability but also his confidence. His superb ball carrying allows him to be a vital outlet in the attacking third. The thing about Quenda, he's got all the attributes to be an elite winger. What he's doing at 17 just isn't normal, but there is areas for improvement. His chance creation stats are commendable, suggesting that he possesses sharp vision in order to unlock deep defenses, but a trait that every manager looks for is indispensability of opening up play from wide areas. Quenda's got that. Yes, his decision making can improve, but he's got that ability to unlock defenses from every single angle of the football pitch. You'll often see him coming inside, receiving the ball on the half turn and driving towards the players, but you'll often see him hugging the touchline, receiving the ball out wide, and he's got the option of going either way. He's comfortable on his right foot, but he does his best work when he's coming inside, linking up with teammates and getting a shot off with his left foot. And I mentioned the scout report highlights his limited touches, but to me that just tells you about his direct approach. This can be a double-edged sword because it allows you to progress your team into dangerous areas, offering significant attacking impetus, making him a huge asset that thrives on heavy pressing and attacking systems. Quenda's also got an eye for a pass. As you can see, he doesn't get much involved in the build-up. His responsibility in the build-up is progressing the play through dribbles, but once he reaches that final third, he's got the ability to unlock defenses. Yes, his decision-making can improve, but when he gets his mind to it, he's got the execution and the technical ability to find a pass. Brilliant, perfectly weighted passes. As you can see, his passes into the penalty area is his most contribution. This is because he wants to take on his man. He wants to get to the byline. He finds himself closer to the edge of the box, and that means he's got the ability to find a pass or look for a cutback. But Quenda's definitely got an eye for a defense splitting pass, and that's highlighted in this shot creating actions. He creates 3.25 shot creating actions per 90, but as you can see, 2.62 of them come after a live pass. That just indicates and highlights his ability to, and his vision and his technical ability to find this pass, but also execute the pass. Now, I'm not saying it's perfect because there's definitely room for improvements, but the ideas are there. Once the ideas are there, he can perfect it through repetition. So just to summarize things before we get on to his weaknesses, Quenda's a dribbling demon. He's got this ability just to glide past multiple players. He's got this ability to dribble at top speed, keeping the ball close to his foot. He's got this ability to modulate his speed and just bait his opponent into a challenge before he drops his shoulder and goes off the other way. It generally is exceptional. So the reason why his contribution in the build-up phase and his passing stats are quite low is because he always wants to dribble, always wants to beat his man, and I love that. He's got a fearless nature about him. If his dribbling aspect fails once, twice, 3 times, he'll carry on doing it, and that's one of the best attributes you can have in a young footballer. Now, the reason why I don't think his future lies as a fullback, because if we were to look at his areas of improvement, Quenda's biggest weakness is his lack of composure in the final third. Quenda does an exceptional job getting into dangerous areas. He's one of those players that'll carry his team forward, get them into dangerous positions, but his decision making still lets him down at times. Now, that's to be expected considering his age. More experience, his decision making will improve, but defensively is another weakness in Quenda's game. While he's still learning the role, at youth level, he didn't have that responsibility to track his man at all times, and that only changed when Amarim come in. And if we take a look at these defensive statistics, as you can see, he ranks really low in all areas: tackles won, interceptions, clearances, and he ranks really high for challenges lost. So this is why I don't think he's best suited as a fullback. And you've got to think, under Amarim's system, Sporting are one of the best teams in that league, so he didn't have to do as much defensive contributions as what he would in the Premier League. In terms of the rest of improvements that would have to be made, Quenda would have to improve aerially, but also increasing his physicality and tactical astuteness would also bolster his all-round game. But the signs are that Quenda is generally improving in this aspect, so there is more room for growth, but that'll come with experience. But generally, Quenda is a phenomenal footballer with world-class potential. And when I say world-class, I mean world-class. Not many people can do what he's been doing on a football pitch, just 17 years old. Chelsea have generally got themselves a superstar. And if I was to define the word Wonderkid, Quenda's name would definitely be amongst it. He's a genuine superstar, destined for greatness, with a world-class ceiling. Chelsea Football Club, you've got yourself an elite player in Geovany Quenda.